Hey everyone, this is David, your English teacher. I'm going to be teaching you in and on today. So let's get started. Do you see the words in, on, and at? This triangle will help you understand it better. Notice that in the top part of the triangle, it's for bigger times, more general times. Some examples of those times are in the 90s, in 1990, in 2010, in December, in March, in April. Those are very general times because if I ask you, when do you want to meet? You don't really know when, right? On is a smaller time, but on is for days. Notice that I say days. I'm not saying days of the week, but yes, it is days of the week, but days. What are days? Holidays, birthdays, celebrations, Hanukkah, Christmas. Those are all days. My birthday is a day. So this is on is for days of the week, and on is for holidays and dates, things that are smaller, and we know pretty much when it's going to happen when I ask you. Now after we have on, which is for days, which are days of the week, holidays, and things like this, we have at. At is a very, very, very specific time. At is on my watch. At is on the clock. So that's a specific time. So if I say, when do you want to meet? And you say, at 10 o'clock, I know exactly when. So at is for specific times of the day. Now there are other kinds of specific times, like noon, that means 12 o'clock, or midnight, that means 12 o'clock, or dawn, that's right when the sun's coming up, and sunrise, right when the sun is coming up, or sunset. Those are all specific times, so I can say, meet me, at the beach at sunset, or meet me on the bridge at midnight, if you get what I'm saying. So at is for a specific time. And one last thing to remember, we want to say, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Again, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. I did this so I can program your mind because it goes against the rules. One other tip that I want to give you is do not put in, on, and at next to these things. Do not put in, on, and at next to next. For example, next week. Do not put in, on, and at next to last. You can't do that. Like last week, in next week, wrong. On next week, no, you can't. Doesn't go together. And another tip to tell you is that you do not put in, on, and at in front of yesterday, today, or tomorrow. You just don't. So I hope that helps you. And one last thing to add, in is also used for the future. In a day from now, let's meet. In 2 weeks from now, let's meet. In a month from now, let's meet. In 3 months from now, let's meet. I hope that helped you, and let's get going. Good luck.
So now we have reached places. Places we use in, on, and at differently. And right now I just want to talk about at and in. As you can see, at is for a place with more than one room. For example, at the Empire State Building. Yes, this place has more than one room, has many, many floors, and it has more than one room. Even a house, it's very, very specific, and it has more than one room. This is a way you don't make many mistakes. So I'm going to say at for a place with more than one room. If it has one room, then you're going to say in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the storage room. All those kind of rooms, you just say in. That's it. It's so much easier to think about it that way. And I have here a picture of a map. And for a map, you have to think that on a map, you have areas of land and areas of water. Areas of land and water, you have borders around them. So for example, the bigger it is, it's going to be in when we talk about area of land or water. So for example, in the continent Africa, in Egypt, in Israel, in Tel Aviv. Those are all big places with a border around them, and that's what you say. But when you get to a building, that's when you say at.
So when we talk about on for places, on is used for 3 different categories. One of them is for transportation, and that means big forms of transportation that is moving. So you can be on it, and I'll give you some examples of things that you can be on. For example, you can be on a bus, on a train, on a cruise, on an airplane, because it's moving, but also smaller things. Think about it. If you're riding a bicycle, you're on the bicycle. You're on a motorcycle. You're on anything that's actually moving. And some other things that I would like to add are you're on a, let's say, on a trip, you're on a vacation, you're on a holiday, you're on a break. So those should help you. And category number 2, from what I put down, is basically internet and technology. Internet and technology are things like Facebook. So we say on Facebook, on Twitter, or now X, on Instagram, on my website, on the radio, on TV, okay? That's what we're talking about when we talk about on for technology and internet. And then the third category is for flat places and surfaces, which means that this thing is flat. So you gotta think about things that are flat, and that's a surface. What things might you think of? I would say probably a table, right? And we could put things on a table. What about a road? People walk on roads, right? That's flat. Floors are flat as well. So anything like that, we're going to be saying on. Now, let's do a couple exercises. Let's do a quiz together. As you see, I have the quiz right here as well, and we're going to get started. So let's see, it says instructions. Choose the correct preposition in, on, or at to complete each sentence. The meeting is Tuesday morning. What do you think? Because it says Tuesday, but then we have morning. But Tuesday is a day. So we're going to go with on Tuesday morning. Number 2, the report should be submitted the end of the week. If you remember, at is the specific point in time. So I'm going to go with at the end of the week. Number 3, the seminar will take place the conference room. A room is in. In is for one room. Going to number 4. The project is scheduled for completion. As we know, we can see that when we say schedule, here it's an expression on schedule for completion, meaning like it's on time. So this is a business expression that you can take. It's on schedule. Let's keep going. Number 5. The new office is located the 15th floor. Don't let 15th confuse you. It's the floor that matters. The floor is a surface. So we're going to go with on the 15th floor. Let's go to the next one, number 6. The training session begins 9 a.m. Here we're going to say at 9 a.m. because it's a specific time on my watch, which I don't have right now. 7. The CEO will arrive the office by noon. I believe because this is the CEO that he works at an office because the office space is big. So we're going to say at the office because it has many rooms. If it's one room, we will say in the office. Let's continue. 8. The files are the cabinet near the window. I put a picture there for you just so you can get an idea. It's basically to the left of the chair there. We're gonna go with the files are in the cabinet. We're saying in because there's a door and you need to open and close it. 9. Our team will be attending a workshop November. So November is a month, but it doesn't necessarily say when. It's not specific at all. So we're going to say in November. And then the next one, it says 10. The financial presentation is the agenda for tomorrow. So again, here's another expression, on the agenda. Like it's planned basically. It's on the schedule. It's planned. So we're going to say the financial presentation is on the agenda for tomorrow. So let's go to the next slide. In the next slide, it's basically a quiz again, but we have my day at the office. So let's get into it and let's see how well you do. If you want, you can always stop the video to practice yourself, or you can just continue along with me. Okay, we're here for the quiz. Let's see. Let's get started. My day at the office. My day at the office, in, on, and at. Today is a busy day, work. Work is a specific place with many rooms in most cases, so I'm going to go with at work. I am my office. I believe if it's one room, I'm going to say in my office. And it says 9 o'clock, which is a specific time. We should say at 9 o'clock. My desk is the corner of the room. Now for a room, you're going to be saying in the corner, not on the corner like a street, or not at the corner if it's very, very specific with two names of the street. So we're just going to be saying in the corner of the room. There is a meeting at 11 a.m. Again, a specific time. Let's go with at 11 a.m. And it says the conference room. In this case, it's a room. We're going to say in the conference room. My colleagues and I sit a big table. Now you don't sit on the table. I mean, you can, but that's pretty inappropriate. So we're going to say sit at a big table. So it's a specific spot, the middle of the room. Here we're going to say in the middle of the room. And then it says lunchtime. Lunchtime is pretty specific. So I'm going to go with at lunchtime. I usually eat the cafeteria. The cafeteria is just one room. I'm going to go with in the cafeteria. And then it says 12:30. Now you can say 12:30 p.m. or you can say 12:30. And you can also say at 12:30 in the afternoon. You can also say at 12:30 in the afternoon if you want. So those are all options you can say, but we all can agree that it's a specific time. Sometimes I have meetings in the afternoon. Remember, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. But I missed another one. So we're going to say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Remember that again. And it says I have meetings in the afternoon, 2 p.m. We're going to be saying at 2 p.m. And then again, the evening, we know that we say in the evening, I leave work. And then it says 5 o'clock. We're going to go with at 5 o'clock because it's a specific time. I enjoy my time. The office, it's, again, I think a place with many rooms because it's talking about like an office space. So I'm going to go with at the office. And then it says I'm happy my job. Maybe I'm happy at my job, but you could also say I'm happy with my job. And I hope you're happy with your job. I want to say if you have made it this far with me, congratulations. That's amazing. This is one part of English, learning in, on, and at. I have found that people make many mistakes with it all the time. I know this helped you. And if you want to find a quiz, you can go to my website at davidenglish.info and you'll be able to do exercises and more quizzes, just like the ones I did, but by yourself with answers. So I really suggest to go there, and I can't wait to see you in lesson 8, We're gonna be learning the present simple. It's very important. And then we're gonna move forward more down the road with grammar. My goal right now is to keep making videos on different tenses and different structures in English to help people get better in their English. Please reach out to me if you need to, and have a great day. Bye for now, and see you in lesson 8.